Well met. Welcome to episode 14 of Twilight of the Realms. I am Eric Scott DeB, the DM of this game, founding member of the Dungeon Scrawlers, DM of the original Westgate Irregulars campaign that this is a spin-off and follow-up of. Thank you all for coming with us on this long journey. I know some of you have watched literally every episode of the Westgate Irregulars content, and that is amazing. I have been on most of them. You have been on more than I have, which is great. Twilight of the Realms takes place a few years later and concerns a couple of supporting characters and a couple of new characters, and they are currently in Zhentil Keep and getting up to shenanigans. But first, let me tell you about myself. I am a writer, game designer, charismatic presence on the stream. I don't know. You could see some of my books back there. I have a Pathfinder book that I'm going to be writing this year, and that's going to come out next fall if all goes well. So look forward to that. I want to give a brief shout out to our Discord at the Dungeon Scrolls. You find a link in the doobly-doo down below. Come join us. It's fun. We have a good community. We have a good time. Take it away, Allie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alexander Pitchford, or Allie for short. I'm an author, game designer, and TTRPG streamer, and I am playing Shay Darksong, Shay Nathalin. She's been through a lot at this point, and there's still a lot to go, so we'll see how that goes. If you could see my bookshelf, you would see that I don't have any of my books, because I don't actually have any copies of my anthologies. It's very annoying. But I have a lot of copies of a certain somebody's books right now that got sent to me, and they were all signed and fancy, and it's really cool. And
a couple of them are by Amanda as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I need to read more of those because they're very good, and you should read them if you like superhero stuff. They're really worth it.
That'd be the Justice Vengeance series. You can find a link to that by typing in !justice, unless somebody has taken that coding out of our Twitch.
I think it's still in there. I don't know why I'm pointing, because you can't see it, because I have this fancy little background. Anyway, I'm currently working on a Silver Sparrow Greymantle novel that I actually have begun. I put up the prologue on my Patreon for folks who want to check that out. So seriously, go check out my Patreon. It's like $1. You get $1 and you get access to everything. So it's worth taking a look at the very least. Anyway, that's it for me today. Cora, it's throwing you under the bus now. Go.
All right, I will have fun. Hello everyone, my name is Cora. I am a writer and a game designer as well. I don't have any of my own projects to promote, but I did say last time that I was going to watch Sinners in theaters, and it turns out I did that not just once, but twice, because the movie is just that good.
See the movie twice, talk about it 2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
Seriously. Oh my god, it is so good. There is so much amazingly done symbolism and double meanings, and it's just
highly recommended.
You should check it out. I highly recommend it. It's just that good.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends on such a wonderfully positive note, on many levels. And I won't say any more than that. So besides that, I am playing Callista, our wonderful face guard ranger, who has volunteered to get up to some shenanigans shortly, so I am very excited to get into those. I am also very excited to tell you about two of our amazing sponsors. Both of them specialize in dice, and both of them have their own really cool, unique spin. In a realm where everyone is being armed with plastic dice, Norse Foundry has taken the extra steps to arm their warriors with metal dice, giving you the strength of arms to skillfully smash through the enemy horde. You can find them at norsefoundry.com, along with other gaming accessories, as well as dice from a collaboration called Feyweave. They are still there. I do keep checking. Their designs are just really gorgeous, and they're definitely worth checking out. Our other dice sponsor, named for the mythical creature that rises from the ashes, is Phoenix Dice. Phoenix Dice specializes in breathing new life into old materials, and they are constantly testing and designing to see what they can do with new materials. If you're a gamer who is also really environmentally conscious, or just somebody who likes necromancers and wants some cool thematic dice, you should definitely check them out at phoenixdice.com. And with that, take it away, Kay.
Hello, I am Kyrea Tedrekin. You can call me Kay. I have a Patreon, Kyrea's Creations, and I run a play-by-post on the Kyrea's Creations Discord. Both of them are cool. You should check them out. And I'm going to be hanging out with my BFF tomorrow. Her birthday was on the 10th, but only getting to hang out with her tomorrow for her birthday and such, so I got her this because she loves Eeyore.
Aww.
That's adorable.
Cute.
Yes. And I'm playing Sorrow, who right now literally has her former master in her pocket. So that's it. That's interesting. See where that goes. Amanda.
Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Cherry. I don't do anything of consequence that is not currently under NDA, but I do have some stuff that's going to come out later this year, and as soon as, those things, I did co-write 2 books with Eric's Got to Be a long time ago.
Not that long ago.
It was a long time ago, Eric. It was a long time ago. It was my birthday, and years birthdays ago. I was younger then. But it's true. But I do have things coming out later this year. I'm also working on a Grey Mantle novella that I don't know when that's ever going to be done, because suddenly I've got these deadlines with dollar figures attached to them, and there's a funny thing about like keeping my boat stocked with alcohol because it's fixing to be drinking on the boat season. I am pleased to announce that I am officially on programming for this year's Seattle Worldcon, as is Eric's Got to Be, who is right here on the channel with us.
Yep, you'll see me there too.
As a matter of fact, the Legion of Writers Who Drink on My Boat is 100% represented on panels at Worldcon this year, literally all of us. So if you're going to be at Worldcon, please make yourself known. Come and BarCon with us, and we'll tell you what it's like to drink on my boat. Maybe we'll even bring the boat. Today I am playing Vane, Lady Blackblade. She's mean, she's shut down, she's got her reasons. She loves her boat and like almost 0 people. And that's very weird now that word almost is creeping into her vocabulary. She's not exactly happy to be having to go ashore again. That was not the plan, but here we are. So that will be what the exciting thing is for me tonight in character. The exciting thing for you, our audience, is that I get to tell you about the other one of our incredible sponsors, and that is Idle Champions. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows all into one epic adventure. And that includes Farida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels novels, and you know how much we love the Brimstone Angels novels here on the Dungeon Scrawlers channel. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Epic Game Store, Google Play, Xbox Series S and S, PlayStation 5, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, check out idlechampions.com. Also, we almost always have some cool loot available for the Idle Champions folks here on our page during our stream. Check that out, click it, get your free chest, and come back and tell the chat about it, because we want to know. We want to know what kind of stuff our audience is getting from our sponsor. We'd love to shout that out here on a later game.
Definitely.
So I wanted to note, we joked about this the other day, but we joked that Vane is married and her wife is the ship.
Yeah, that's fair. That is so fair. Yes.
Okay. Well, if you recall from last time, you encountered someone you did not expect in the bowels of Zhentil Keep. One Fane, the trickster of Westgate, who was pretending to be Fazul Shembril, one of the leaders of the Zentarum. Instead of, attacking you or something, she invited you to her tower and asked for your help, which would be why Sorrow now has a gemstone, a certain black gemstone containing one Lilton entombed, imprisoned within, in her pocket. And Fane wants your help freeing him. Now, exactly whether that happens, how that happens, we have yet to see. You have more pressing business at the moment. You have also arranged for a certain show the following day. Does somebody want to remind us what this show involves?
Aura?
Me? Oh. Um, it might involve a certain shadow fox assassinating a certain imperator, but we wouldn't have anything to do with that. None of us are shadow fox here.
No, none of us.
None of us.
Okay. Yes, you have set it up so that you can, so that Fazul Shambro, Fane's disguise, will throw a parade, a military parade for what occasion? I don't know. Fane suggested maybe it's Fazul's birthday. Who knows?
With less than 24 hours notice, I might add.
We're gonna throw this massive Zhentara military parade for Fazul specifically. And during this parade, someone disguised as Shadowfox, specifically Callista, will assassinate Fazul Shembril, and thus allowing Fane to flee the city with no repercussions and no problems, and she will be out of your hair, and possibly draw the real Shadowfox out of hiding, because apparently she is in the city on some business. Okay, so I think we're going to need to do a brief prep scene where each of you 4 individuals does something to help Callista get into the mood, get into the role, shall we say. So I know Allie's been thinking about this, so we're going to have Sparrow go first.
Sparrow?
Sorry. We're going to have Shay go first. I keep making that mistake because you and Manda and Jen are all in the Grey Mantle game where you play Sparrow.
Yeah,
but they're
I know.
not the same character. Okay,
No,
Shay.
They're not even they're not even that similar. Anyway.
Hey, let's not go out on that branch. Okay, Shay.
Okay. All right.
What is Shay gonna do to help Callista get into character?
Okay. So to help Callista get into character, I think she'll have. I mean, I know we're going to be like doing a lot with like illusions and magic and stuff, but she would have gone and gotten her armor, the set of armor that she was wearing before the Feywild nonsense, and given that to Callista, and basically just kind of tried to kind of coach her on like on how she'd seen Illyra behave when she was like in, when she was in that kind of very more serious mode. That
all right.
Not that Shay got to see that all that often.
I want to hear what Shay says specifically.
Okay. All right. So she'll approach Callista then. So this might be challenging. It's also very weird. This is very weird. But this might help. She'll hand over the armor. This was the armor I was wearing before. It's a set of Illyra's. She gave it to me a long while back. Might help sell it a little bit. There's gonna be magic involved. It's gonna be, illusions and stuff, but you can do a lot shoring up an illusion with actual, like, physical things.
I'm familiar. Practical to support illusion.
Yeah.
Shay is adorably flustered about this.
As far as how you're gonna want to approach things, I admit I didn't see her in Shadow Fox mode all that often, but the few times I did, unflappable was a word I'd use. certainly quick with her tongue. Very sharp wit. Though when she struck, it was usually, well, when she was like that, when she would slip, behave in that way, there was a lot less quippy witticisms. She would just go for the kill.
Brutal efficiency.
Brutal efficiency. That's about right. She's probably, given everything we've heard, she's probably slipped much deeper into that place. So, do your best. Be careful.
Of course.
And yeah, that's about all I've got. I'm gonna leave you to it.
What weapons does she use?
Rapier, mostly. When she was the Shadow Fox, she would kill with her burning touch, usually, most often through a kiss. But she doesn't have that anymore. So I would say stick with the rapier. She's probably one of the best duelists I've ever seen.
I'll do my best to match her skill then.
Doubt.
Are you alright?
I'll be fine. I'm probably going to leave you to it, because I feel it would be really... I don't know if I'm scared to see her, even if it's just an illusion. And it's particularly, given what we talked about the other day, it just feels uncomfortable to me to see you look like her.
Well, if all goes well, you won't.
All goes well. Yeah. Do what you need to do. Get out of there as quickly as you can. Don't linger. If she is
I have
here...
no intention of it.
She is here. Well, she's not going for Manshoon, then she might come for whoever's pretending to be her, so...
Well, let's hope the surprise is enough to ensure she doesn't show.
I hope she doesn't. Actually, not sure what I hope, honestly. You got this. I believe you've got this. I'm rambling now. I'm going to go.
Rest well.
I'll do my best. She'll turn around and leave. You're muted, Eric.
We can't hear you, Eric.
Gotcha. At some point, yeah, I pulled a Steven. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Old joke. You turn around and find yourself face to face with Thane, who came up to lean in the door frame at some point during your conversation.
Hello?
wish we'd had more time. Or things I could have taught you.
She just walks right past Shay.
Yeah, for
Shay's
sure.
just like,
We're gonna put a pin in that. There will be a conversation with Shay, but this is not the time.
Shay will like just kind of have that moment of like, okay, and she'll walk out.
Okay.
There are things I could have taught you. Ways of being, ways of fighting, ways of standing. Hell, ways of flirting. Make you stand
Fair
out
enough.
like her, but we don't have that. So I think you're gonna need to have this. And I'm just going to go over to a cabinet and pull out a very nice case and undo all the buckles. If you're paying any attention magically, there were words on these buckles, but they're all veins magic, and this is all coming out. And she's going to hand you a very nice, like, filigreed Damascus steel short sword. Mechanically, it's called the Weapon of Certain Death. It gives you 5 feet of reach, plus 10 to the hit DC. You get 1d6 plus 6 damage when you hit with it. There's also some magic you can use with it, and I'll send you a note as to what that magic is in case you have access to that magic. But you can tell this is one of Vane's nicer, fancier things she keeps locked in a case, and she hands it to you.
It's practically a whip sword. Yeah.
Okay. And so Callista will take it carefully and consider it and feel the weight, how it kind of sits. Thank you.
Illyra likes this. She knows how to use it, but not proficiently, not enough that it'll be a tell that it's new to you.
Understood. Again, thank you.
I hope you don't need it.
I hope so too. Are you all right?
I don't remember the last time I was all right, so just piling shit onto the top of Shit Mountain at this point. Of all of the things, of all of the people that it's gonna be a lot. I think you could do it. Again, I wish I had time to coach you up a little. To do it better. For longer.
I don't really need to do it long enough to kill one tyrant. Rather
If all
compliant
else
with that.
fails, flirt viciously. Get dirty about it. Tyrants
Understood.
tend to enjoy flattery, and I think you heard Shay. Illyra is good with her tongue.
So I've heard.
But
Okay.
Call it like I see it, friends.
Does Vane have any last thing to say, or are we going to Sorrow and her
Gonna
contribution?
bend down and like gently kiss her on her temple. And then like pat the sword just a little before turning to leave.
my heart.
I'm literally sending you into battle with a piece of my magic. Don't foul it up.
All right. Sorrow.
Sorrow has been just looking at this little stone. Every so often she'll just, how's that feel? How's that feel? Can you feel that? Can you hear that?
It about fits in the palm of like a normal sized person's hand. So in Sorrow's pretty big hand, it's a little small. It could be like a D20 size stone, large D20.
Oh, right. Hi.
Yeah, Callista, you come upon Sorrow just like checking out this stone.
Enjoying
that?
yourself?
That's coming for you. Huh? What?
Enjoying yourself?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, right, you're gonna be Ilra. I didn't know her real well, so, just be a bitch. That should cover it.
Hilarious.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And don't die.
I'll do my best not to.
Better.
Okay, so Ilmarin
gonna
does have
go-
a contribution as well, and that is to cast a telepathic bond, basically putting you all in the group chat. So she has to forge a connection with everybody's brain. With Sorrow, that's really easy. She just slides in there. It's super comfy, actually. With Shay and Callista, and especially Vane, it is much more painful. Like it feels like an axe has split open your skull, and there's a sound like rock trembling in an earthquake. But she connects you all, and so now she's like, okay, now we can communicate without our actual words. But I am going to have to focus to maintain this over some distance. So I'm going to place myself in the protection of my beautiful bodyguard, and she sticks close to Sorrow.
I am gonna go find Shay.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you're gonna be, but I'm gonna come find you.
I think she'd probably have gone back to whatever room she's been using on the ship.
Okay.
At that stage.
Not up on the deck looking up at the moon.
You know, that could be poetic. That could be nice.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go with that. She's up on the deck
Okay.
looking at the moon.
It is a waning moon.
Okay. I'm gonna approach from behind and just say, if you're thinking about walking the plank, please do it on the leeward side.
Why is that?
You don't want to get flesh caught in the rudder.
Fair enough. I wasn't planning on it, but I'll keep that in mind for future. So,
I get this is weird for you.
intensely.
It's
But-
weird enough for me, and listen, I was messing with you the first few days. It was funny. I was stressed because I didn't have my ship. Because there were things I didn't know. I occasionally bed your boss for sport, and I occasionally bed your wife for sport. Not the same sentence.
I suppose not. And we both know she was always intensely private.
Oh yeah, for sure. That I will give you. I just want you to know that if I had known, I'm not saying I would have been nicer. I'm saying I would have chosen a different barb to fling. I wasn't saying what I think you heard me saying because I didn't. I had no idea.
Fair enough. I accept that. Honestly, I probably was a little too susceptible to that. Things weren't always rosy, and I think it just became a sore spot for me. But it's not your fault.
For once, it's actually not my fault.
No.
No,
No.
good. Her fault. As many things are.
There are a lot of things that are. It's funny, I think she hurts herself more than she hurts anybody else. a certain point.
You mean metaphorically?
Yes,
Yes.
metaphorically. I'm not counting the murder.
Oh, and here I was only counting the bedroom.
Well, let's fair. Touche.
Listen, I honestly don't know her well in the daylight.
I don't know. It's funny. I sometimes questioned how much I knew her. That being said, there were parts of her that she didn't really show anybody that I got to see.
Like words of sincerity.
It's funny. When we first met, she... Oh, I remember what I even said. I said something. I was a very lonely thing. I'll cop to that. Hadn't exactly had much luck in the love department myself. But I think I said something about how I was convinced that you know, I'd had so much poor luck that maybe the problem was me. Maybe I was the one making me miserable. He said to me, well, I think this was one of the few times I actually saw her lower the mask, for one. He said that she and I were very much alike. That I was a reckless fool. And that I was convinced, well, I tried to convince others that I didn't care. I didn't care about what they thought. And in fact, that was all I really cared about. And that I was afraid that I would always be alone. And she told me I wouldn't be alone. I'd never be alone. That was Illira. Not the artifice, not the assassin, the businesswoman, the criminal. That was her.
The
First
obsessive
time.
stalker.
That too.
Listen, she's a lot.
She is.
She's a bully, she's a brat, she's a plaything. Fun to fight with. Fun to fight against.
You won't catch me disagreeing. That said, I'm just trying to sort my own head out now. Because my own emotions are complicated at the moment, given current circumstances. But
Cheers to that.
you and Callista, there's something there, isn't there?
I don't even know if there's there.
There?
But something is something.
Something.
I don't want to think about it. And talk about it.
Fair.
I
All
think
right.
if I ignore it, it'll just go away. Except I've been with an albatross before, and I know that doesn't actually work.
No, it doesn't. If I won't lie, I've found myself rather interested, Callista. But given whatever's going on, if there's even any there, and given that I'm still sorting my own brain out, I'm more than happy to let it lie while the two of you figure that shit out. Last thing I want to do is complicate matters.
Brains are just vicious wads of goo and electricity. And feelings are the side effects of the weird things they create. Go ahead and have yours.
That's
I'm-
incredibly cynical.
Welcome to sailing. Sometimes you have to rationalize what your body is forcing you to experience in order to get out alive. This fear can take you down, and the ocean is always trying to kill you. It doesn't let up.
Noted.
Again, I'd rather you not jump. But if you must, lee side of the ship.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So, you have a long rest before you go to this parade. I think you were all pretty well rested before, but this fully recharges all of your stuff. And then as the parade starts happening, I believe some of the party is, well, maybe we didn't fully establish this. In Zhentil Keep, you are currently looking for Manshoon, right? Because that's your lead. Shay was going to spend some time sowing rumors about the Shadow Fox being in the city and looking for Manshoon. Is that correct? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Okay. In the hopes of maybe attracting Manshoon's attention.
Oh, that and she was going to sow some rumors about the Night Queen being present.
The
That's
Night
what it
Queen
was.
of
That's what it
Westgate.
was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, I mean, most people in Zhentil Keep would not understand that reference, but you think Manshoon would definitely, because
Oh, yeah.
he spent some time as the Night King of Westgate, and he'd be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, what is this bullshit?" Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So Callista departs to go to the parade. Does anyone go with Callista, or is it just Callista
go.
on her own? Okay,
I'll
so
go.
Callista and Vane are going to go to the parade. The
Right?
rest
It
of
wouldn't
you,
be weird for me to be seen with Illyra, so like, might as well.
sure,
Let's go.
sure. Two shadowy dark ladies, yeah, definitely. Ilmarin is going to place the telepathic bond on everybody before they leave. Okay. What was your question?
So I was going to suggest that since Elmarin has to focus on this telepathic bond thingy,
She says, "Well, I just have to maintain concentration. I can still do things like we could spar, or I could cast other spells, or we could do other things." Blush slightly. Anyway, yes.
maybe it would be best if you stayed on the ship.
Ah, maybe. I could be guarded by those unseen servants. Vane is not here, but I'm sure she could explain that the unseen servants are wonderful fighters. Well, no problem. Anyway, you're having this discussion when a messenger arrives. bearing a letter for the Night King of Westgate.
Night King, huh?
Well, Night Queen, sorry.
Okay.
Night Queen.
Oh. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That catches Shay's attention.
Shay snatched this letter.
Yeah, she'll take it.
Okay. And are you going to open it?
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it is closed with a deep red wax seal, which could be clotted blood. Who can say?
Yeah, I'm just like, I want to quickly detect magic on this thing.
You've
to see
already
if it's
left. You've already left with Callista.
No.
Right. You're going to have to leave it to those people to make sensible
If you
decisions.
blow up my ship, I'm going to be very angry.
That's fair.
That's her wife. The ship is her wife.
That's valid. That's valid. I'm gonna open it.
Okay. All right. It doesn't explode. It doesn't say,
Okay.
guess what spell I prepared today. Instead, what it says is, greetings, your majesty. You have drawn my attention, and I shall invite you to a midnight revel.
Okay.
But for those of our kind, midnight is when the sun is highest.
All right.
You shall call upon me in the depths beneath the ruined castle. I shall leave it to you to find me yourself, for you are a creature of skill and cunning if you seek me out.
Okay.
Come with your business and with your offer, for I have only so much time, though we both have all the time in the realms. Orbach, the Night King.
Okay. Yeah, she'll read that.
As
then-
as you're touching the letter, and specifically that little red seal, like your pulse kind of like quickens in your hand and up your arm. Like it's just I don't know if excite is the right word, but it's like it you know how sometimes you like sleep on your arm wrong and it just tingles a little bit. It's not asleep, but it just kind of like pulses a little. Yeah, that's the reaction you get.
Given the last time my hand got tingly in this game, I'm a little concerned, but yeah, yeah, last time it lit on fire. So
Yeah.
Still, she'll read the letter, and she'll go to find Sorrow if she isn't with Sorrow already.
Mhm.
And just kind of pop in like,
Hi.
time for a field trip.
Fun.
Seems the Night King wants to meet with me. I'm not going alone. That'd be stupid.
Right.
Well, when do we leave? Ilmarin asks.
see,
No,
If
no,
I-
no, 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 no. I am extremely powerful, and if you leave me unsupervised, who knows what I will do? I
Okay,
am coming along.
she's got you there.
Besides, I should like to
Like-
meet this Night King. Perhaps I can even help Shay in some way. I could tell through the bond that this leather affected you. You have some relationship with this Night King, do you not?
Technically, it's complicated.
Technically is my favorite kind of yes.
Well, I'm gonna let you two figure out how you want to handle this, and I'll meet you.
No, no,
on
no, no,
deck.
no, no, no. You are staying with us. I am in charge here, Ilmarin says.
Are you?
I am.
I think Shay needs to be in charge for this little excursion because she's the one that's supposedly this Night Queen thing, you know? And I'll play the role of the big intimidating bodyguard, and you can be
You are
the...
voting against me, my love.
We're playing roles.
Very
She's the
well.
Night
All in
Queen,
favor of
and
Ilmarin being in charge. Aye.
don't do that because you
All
got
in
me
favor of
caught
Shay
in a
being in
corner.
charge.
You don't. I can't vote again. No, don't do this to me.
All right, we split authority in a non-hierarchical leadership structure.
All right, you two are in charge. I'm the
You
bodyguard.
know what? That
Yeah.
works for me.
Great.
Just when we meet with Orbach, let me handle it. Let me do the
Don't
talking.
worry, I am excellent actress.
Actually, I believe that after what happened yesterday.
She is lying. But it's okay. She's an excellent drow. She's not an excellent actress. There we go.
Fair. That's fair. We're to meet for a quote-unquote midnight revel, but that's not actually going to be at what we would think of as midnight. It's going to be like middle of the day.
Midnight
So,
reversed.
yes, midnight.
The sun.
reversed.
Yes?
Yes. So we have until then to find them.
Well, we
So-
better get started.
Yes.
All right.
I shall convey to the others what we are about.
Good idea. Let's move out then.
Okay. So, you head off toward the ruins of the castle proper
Mm-hmm.
in your pursuit of Manshoon, Orbach, former Night King of Westgate. So let's shift over to Callista and Vane, who are headed toward the parade. It is hard not to head toward the parade. Yes, you had a thing to say.
Yeah, we were specifically meeting with Fane in advance at like the Zenith something.
Yes, at the
Okay.
at Cyric's Nadir. The
That's what it
Nadir of
was.
Cyric's
Opposite.
power, something like that.
Opposite. Okay.
Yes. It is hard not to head toward the parade. The parade is filling all of Zhentil Keep. Like, the streets are full of people mostly grousing about this forthcoming parade, unless they think somebody's watching, in which case they're like, ah, yeah, the parade. Ha, 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 that's what I want. And there are a bunch of people wandering around like, oh, that Fazul, he's the best leader we've ever had. He's going to, he's amazing. He's going to make Zhentil Keep great again. Yeah. Shit.
Oh.
I am
Most of the people-
absolutely not putting on a red hat. No red hat.
Most of the people are like, all right, well, let's go along with it because, the secret police might come for us. And you two ask around, and most people who react to Cyric's Nadir kind of like chuckle about it. And they're like, well, if you want to get intimate with Cyric, I'm sure there's a shrine somewhere around here. They point you toward a like a statue in a plaza, which has a plinth which just has 2 feet, like little feet, no legs attached. They've all been broken off on this plinth. And there is a plaque which has been heavily defaced, but you can tell that there are just a few broken words, and it says something about the greatest, most powerful. But then the name is scratched out, and there's all kinds of obscene graffiti all over the statue. There's also rubble on the ground.
Fitting.
Okay. If someone would like to make a history check, I can tell you more about this.
Yeah, I'll do that. 24.
This used to be a statue of Cyric, which was pulled down by angry anti-Cyricists during one of the city's many internecine conflicts. Cyric used to rule over Zhentil Keep because Cyric once possessed the portfolio and power of Bane. Now, however, Cyric is a mad, imprisoned god who has been overthrown from many of his seats of power. Bane has returned. Bane brooks no competition. So the Cyric statue was destroyed, defaced. They pulled down that old racist statue, is what we're saying. So, except Cyric is way worse than just your garden variety racist. All right. And this plaza is full of people in shabby, many times patched cloaks, kind of wandering around, mumbling to themselves, having conversations with someone who isn't there. You get the sense that this might be the place where the unhoused and mentally ill go to escape from persecution in society. Cyric is widely known as a mad god, and maybe that's why this is going on here. Why Fane would ever want to go anywhere near here, you have no idea.
Because no one else would want to.
Okay, you have some idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so you're hanging out there. Do you want to do anything in particular?
I mean, Callista's probably going to, mutter an incantation for the disguise ring so her attire changes to actually match the vibe.
Okay. So you have the Illyra armor on, right? And then you're changing your attire from there to match the vibe in the plaza. Does Vane do something similar?
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay. Do you both have cloaks and the hood's low, or are you just
Yeah, I would cloak and hood, but
Okay.
it's probably still gonna stick out.
Cloak and hood seems to be the fashion in Zhentil Keep. Nobody wants to attract attention.
Cloak and hood though, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your real nice cloak and hood has attracted a few people who come up to you with their hands out, or they're saying, "Hey, do you have a moment to hear the good news about our Lord and Savior, Cyric? Cyric the Blessed, Cyric the Almighty, Cyric the One."
Let's see how big a turnoff I can be to these people without drawing further attention to myself.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, you can roll an intimidation check.
I could do that, and that might be what we do here.
Mm-hmm. Or you could do something even worse.
I'm scrolling through.
All right, while she's scrolling, Callista,
magical I could do.
would you like to you're naturally a perceptive and kind of insightful person. So what is your passive perception check?
Passive perception is 25.
Oof. All right. You are well aware of what everyone in the plaza is saying. A lot of it is just kind of nonsensical rambling, like talking with an entity that isn't there, or praising Cyric, the perfect, the beautiful, the pure, whose throne was stolen, but he is only temporarily disadvantaged and will certainly be back on his throne soon. But you do hear one voice that says, "You, woman, Fey-touched woman, you can hear me, can't you?" And this voice is coming from multiple speakers. The voice is always the same, but it comes from a different mouth each time. Each sentence is from a different mouth.
Concern.
Who's speaking to me? And she mutters this quietly, but it's probably not so quiet that Vane can't hear her.
You have drawn my attention. You are interesting to me. My name is Syrian. I am the true power in Zhentil Keep. for I am many. And like a person walks past you and they're like looking at you very intensely, and they say, what is your business here? And then another person is smiling at you and they say, how may I be of assistance?
That depends on why you're interested in me. I've learned more often than not that something unknown being interested is not something good.
A little urchin comes up to you and tugs at your cloak, and it says, I am always interested in powerful folk.
But why? What do you
Power.
want from me?
Power is a means to take what we want, is it not?
And what do you want?
I want this city.
For what purpose?
Power. All right, Bane, did you come up with something you want to try?
Can I tell that there's something going on with her?
Yes. There are multiple of these homeless folk, urchins, beggars who come up to her and are speaking to her, or they're speaking to her from across the way. You can't necessarily hear what they're saying. Like it doesn't really make sense to you. It all sounds like a whisper, a very faint sub-voice whisper.
Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting my arm around her so we are like as close together as we can possibly be, and casting a really brief sword burst. Like these people need to not get close to us, and I'll do it again if you try it again.
So typically when Vane casts this spell, she draws one of her swords, and then it explodes into like a dozen, 24, 100 shards that fly around her in a storm of destruction, and then reform into her sword, right?
But this time we're doing it with a dagger, and it's much more subtle.
Okay, that's fine.
We're doing it with finesse. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're trying to scare people. You
pull out this dagger, and it becomes like this cloud of little shards the size of mosquitoes that fly all around you for a second and reform into the dagger. And yeah, they back off. Syrian says to Callista, I would not stay you. You have business. You are the legendary Shadow Fox, are you not?
For a few hours.
Ah. Very well. I shall be watching, and I shall judge what you do this day.
Always love being judged. Lovely.
Good luck. Okay.
I swear, if one more mysterious figure approaches me in this city, I'm going to just stab them.
I'll run them through.
Glad to see we're on the same page.
A young man in Baneite symbol on his tabard comes running into the square, and he goes, ha, 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 and he heads over toward you two, and he's obviously panting, short of breath. He says, "Oh, the High Interceptor has sent me to find you in such a horrible place. He was delayed, and he wants you to go meet him right now."
Where?
Oh, at the head of the parade, of course.
Can I insight?
Jolly.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
he's-
heroic inspiration.
Yeah. Okay. He seems pretty on the level.
19.
Yeah, he seems pretty on the level. He's like, it is, victory over Netheril Plaza.
Lovely.
All right.
where we celebrate the High Imperceptor's glorious victory against the Netherese Scourge.
And by all means, lead the way.
Okay, let's go. Wow, wow, really pretty. Oh my god. All right, let's go.
Press X to doubt.
I didn't think the High Imperceptor was into women, but it's never mind. Let's go.
Okay, as we're going, Callista's gonna reach out through the telepathic bond. Can someone show me what the Shadow Fox looks like? I want to make sure we have a backup plan in case Fane isn't able to deliver.
Yeah, Shay will project an image of her memory, at least, of Illyra.
Okay.
And Vane can do the same thing.
Okay. Those are mostly the same. Vane's memory of her might be a little more sexualized than Shay's, which is interesting. But generally speaking, the Shadow Fox is a moon elf woman who has hair so dark blue as to seem black. She has golden eyes like those of a wolf, and she is a fan of like silver makeup. Like in one of the images, she has a silver lipstick, like in a little tag on her lips. And she typically wears black, only black, and long gloves almost all the time. And she's not like amazingly beautiful, but she's striking and interesting and memorable. Okay.
Yeah, Shay's
So
Shay's image
you're
is
pretty sure
probably
you
more
could recognize her.
romanticized.
Yeah, Shay's image is
We'll
much
meet
more.
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Shay's
his-
image is much more romantic, and Vane's image is a little bit porny. That's what we're saying.
A little, yes, but also like fresh from a fight, a little sweaty. Like you're actually not sure if they've been fornicating or fighting in some of these mental images, but like everybody's
both.
sweaty, everybody's
Like-
clothes are a mess.
Like at some point, Vane's image starts getting really detailed, and you're like, that's good. We got it.
¿Por qué no los
Beautiful.
dos?
And Shay's like, I could
remember
have seen
her
a little more.
fondly.
Okay. Sure enough, the parade is a massive affair. It seems like everyone in the city has turned out, and they have created floats upon
Oh my
wagons,
God.
and they have mostly, like, these floats have appeared overnight, so they're not that great. Those that
Bad
are
floats.
constructed, that are constructed with magic at least appear mostly coherent, but many of them are like shambling and falling apart, barely held together with rope and nails, and it's all artifice. There's nothing underneath. It's all crap, right? However, Fane, as Fazul, is standing at the top of this like grand dais, sitting on this throne. It's the same throne from the tower, by the way. They just like hauled
Oh my
that throne
God.
down those stairs and set it up for Fazul. And Fazul is sitting there looking very imperious with a red gemstone on their forehead. Flaxen hair, kind of like a Viking sort of look. Like Vane, you've never seen this person before. You know Fazul Shembril by reputation. He is the former ruler of Zhentil Keep. You're pretty sure you heard he was dead several times, but he is apparently back to life. Who can say?
Listen, some of us can die often, and like it's fine. Be sitting in a tacky
Fine.
chair at an even more tacky parade the next day.
Yep.
Like
He's basically an evil cleric. He's holding this scepter, which has like flangs like a mace might,
yeah, that's
and
right.
he is having a glorious time. You're like, ha ha, look at that one. Ha ha, look at our force. Look at the power of Zhentil Keep. Ha ha ha. Ah, yes. Come forward, wenches. Ha ha ha. Come on. He's gesturing toward Vane and the disguised Callista. Who brought me wenches? Ah, I shall reward you with promotion to, Extra Dreadlord. That's what I shall promote you to. That is the new office. I just declared it today.
I feel like the fact that the Zentrim bought that this was actually Fazul shows just how many idiots are in this freaking ruin.
I will say
And
one thing.
Callisto's-
I will say one thing about Fazul. One thing that has been very striking to you, but literally no one else in the crowd has mentioned it. He's just wearing his boxers. The Emperor has no clothes. And he's well built, right? Big,
I don't care.
manly, hairy chest, like a Viking type. And he's like, ha ha, amazing, ha ha. And people are like, aha. And he says, ha ha, no one's even gonna mention it. No one.
And,
I will
as
walk right up to him and say, nice outfit.
Oh, I like this one.
I feel like the real Fazul is like spinning in his grave. Right now.
Spinning. Yeah, and like when we walked out, Callista had probably like leaned over to Vane and be like, I'm going to enjoy pretending to stab him a lot.
You see, my lovelies, Fazul says, in a somewhat more gender fluid, femme-ish sort of voice. No one's even going to mention it because they're all too afraid. Isn't it hilarious?
I'm sad, really.
Oh, I
sense of humor works
agree.
A bit differently.
Oh, you didn't bring Sarah with you. How's it going with the gemstone? Is she having fun with it?
That's last song.
Good. So when are we gonna get that? When are we gonna get this going?
Well, that depends, since you were the one supposed to be handling the disguise.
Oh, the
since you were
cavalry's
the
coming
last-
up. Ha ha! Look, and you see the knights on the horses. There are a good 100 cavalrymen on horseback. They're all men because Zhentil Keep also sexist. And they're wearing armor, and those horses look exhausted. And he's like, and Fazul's like, ha ha! Look at them. They got all dressed up for a fake parade. Ha ha ha!
Oh, indeed. We're so amused at the galloping patriarchy.
Isn't it great? Well, introduce me, she says to Callista.
You currently have the pleasure of meeting with Lady Blackblade.
Oh, I've heard of you. Remind me not to get on your bad side. I'm not sure you have a bad side, though. Beautiful.
Oh, if Shay were
Threw up
there.
in my mouth a little.
He's all bad side.
Over the mental group chat, everyone is gonna hear, could I just run him through here and now? Like, would that be okay with you? Can I just murder him right here, right now? I promise you I can get away with it.
Yes.
Ilmarin says, you should hold your blade until the Shadow Fox appears or makes herself known, though. Isn't that the point?
The point is to create a distraction for Kashamael.
Yes, we
Right.
ideally don't want the actual Shadow Fox to show up.
Oh, I misunderstood the plan. You're right.
I think a dead half-naked fascist would make a brilliant distraction.
That's the idea.
Now, Fane appears in the group chat.
Who invited you?
No one. I
Amara,
think
can
this
you,
is going swimmingly. Don't you?
Amara, can you blow her head up?
Also,
Wait, you can't really do that, right? Neil Martin's like, I don't know. And then Fane leaves the group chat.
Oh,
We can find out.
God damn.
Has exited the chat.
I was about to tell Fane that now she'd met the one who's sleeping with Callista.
Okay. So, Fane says, well, get your stabity on. Come on, I don't have all day.
Yeah, the disguise ready.
Disguise? Fazul raises one eyebrow. What disguise?
I'm sorry, I thought we were still in the group chat. My bad.
Oh, did you ask that
Yeah.
to the group chat then? Oh, right. You were talking to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
She's still speaking very quietly so that no one else can hear, including the honor guard who are standing there like, don't mention it, don't mention it, don't mention it.
They're very distracted not mentioning things.
Mhm. Don't
Then
notice,
you're ready then?
don't notice, don't notice.
You're ready then?
I have been ready to quit the city for ages. I wish we'd just, and then like, Fazul's form ripples and you see a dagger stick into the back of the throne. And Fazul looks down and goes, huh. And the honor guard goes, they look around and they see you and they see this dagger. And Fazul's form goes, and topples over to the side. Callista, with your massive perception, you can tell that Fane just cast a mislead spell just like you did, and that is an illusion of Fazul, not actual Fane there.
Mm-hmm.
But the dagger's real enough. The shadows before the throne part, and a woman stands before you with a black mask across her face and a rapier belted at her waist. And she looks at you, and she looks at Vane, but mostly at Callista. And she says, "You're not Shay."
No,
That-
I'm not.
Is where we will take our break. Cue us up for 10 minutes. We'll be back with some drama. All right, see you then. And we're back. I'm continuing my cosplay of Callista with my eye patch from my eye, which might be sort of recovered by the time you watch this. I don't know. It'll probably deal with this for a couple more weeks. Anyway, so when last we left off, the Shadow Fox had just appeared to confront two unlucky, fortunate, maybe lucky ladies on the dais at the heart of the Zhentil Keep parade. But we're going to shift over instead to our small dungeon delvers who are searching for Manshoon in the depths of the ruins of Zhentil Keep. Now, an actual play, I'm going to give you a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. An actual play doesn't usually have enough time for proper dungeon delve. So we're going to gloss over it a little bit. Okay.
Keto.
So there are horrors that you have encountered, but you are high enough level, they are not a problem for you. Skeletal warriors, smash right through. Zombies that come pouring out of the walls, down with a fireball. A lich who appeared and said, "You cannot confront Manshoon." Shay skewers him with a sneak attack. Okay? It's not a problem. You just kind of like stunt your way through
Mid-monologue. Just
most
right,
of these defenses.
right through the back.
Right mid-monologue. That's the ticket. You always attack mid-monologue. Okay. And you eventually find a room full of statues. Now, these are statues of adventurers. They're statues of clerics of Bane. all kinds of people, all just like crammed into this room. And at the end of the hall, at the end of this room, because it's kind of a diagonal or a rectangular room, and at the end of the room is a door with the symbol of Bane upon the door. And there are green flames that start rising from the braziers next to the door. You've already checked the door for a lock. It doesn't really have a lock. It has some kind of command word that you have to speak in order to get through. This is the first real obstacle that's presented to you. So, what do? Ilmarin is mostly concentrating on the telepathic bond, so she's not, going to offer any clear ideas here.
Okay.
These statues are kind of creeping me out. Like,
But very
maybe,
lifelike.
like maybe they're not statues.
That's concerning. That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That crossed my mind.
Like
all right.
maybe
You
they're
do see
people.
You do see a statue of a woman who has snake hair. So like a Medusa statue.
Can't they like turn themselves to stone if they could see themselves in a mirror or something?
Actually, there's like a corner of Medusa statues. Like they were all shoved in the corner.
Oh my god. all right.
Like it's happened multiple times.
Like we found another Medusa, just shove her in the corner. Just shove her in the corner with the others.
That's right.
Anyway, so Shay's going to approach the door, very cautiously,
Okay.
and she's going to start looking for like any clues, any signs that they're that.
Make
that
an
might
investigation check, please.
Investigation. That I can do. It's not my strong suit, but that's a 12.
Okay. So, closer to the door, you can tell that there is a design on the door that looks like a sunburst. Like you are actively reminded of the tattoo that Ilra has on her lower back, which resembles a sunburst with multiple rays. And it's the symbol of Aravan Alessara,
Yeah.
right? The god of
Yeah,
mischief from the Elven Pantheon, right? But like, that's not what you think of when you see that tattoo. And you're kind of comparing this design to that. And Sorrow, you're looking at it and you're like, those don't look like rays. Those look like snakes. Snakes coming out of some central circle.
I think the door's going to turn you to stone if you mess with it. That's what I think.
So another of the green flame braziers winks out. They've been doing that since you entered the room.
We're on a timer.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Open the door.
It's just the one last green flame.
Okay.
Time to go.
Yeah. She's going to try to open the door.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Athletics. Okay. This one I'm actually trained in, which means I can't get below a 21. But let's
You'll
find
also
out.
notice that you are stronger than you used to be. Someone might have gone in and changed your character sheet.
Wait a minute. Oh, just a second. There we
All
go.
right, what do we got?
I got a 21 actually.
Okay, great. You're shoving at it.
Oh, you did go in and change my character sheet. Okay.
You're shoving. You're shoving.
Okay, Sorrow helps. Sorrow,
A
get out of the
little
way, I'll do it.
a chute opens at the top of the room, and
Shit.
something descends. A like a spherical thing with a series of like snakes reaching up around it. And as it comes down, those snakes unfold into a dozen eye stalks that start pointing in all directions.
Come on.
Oh shit.
And that last green flame winks out. And you hear this voice that says, "God's damn it, Manshoon, not again. God's damn it. I am a beholder. I kill things that I see. It's dark. I can't see in the dark."
Like Shay will look over at Sorrow and just be like,
Both of you can see. Yeah, sure enough, it is a beholder. It is a huge, bulbous beholder. Like, you think it's maybe eaten a few too many people because it's kind of like hanging over itself a little bit, right? And it looks old and tired. It's like, oh, why? Why must I keep guarding this room? And its main central eye, like shines out this beam of light, anti-magic light, from your various travels. And it starts sweeping over the room. Not lingering too long on any of those statues, because as it looks at one of the statues, it starts to kind of soften, and then the eye just moves on so that the anti-magic doesn't liberate somebody from the stone.
Amaran, duck, because that would cancel out the group chat thing if it hits you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Shay at that point is going to move and then kind of like hunker down behind some statues.
It's been a long time since anyone has come this deep. I need all of you to make a stealth check, please.
Oh no, a stealth check.
In the group chat, Zaro says, "Can I just stab it? Kill it?"
Who are you? Robbers,
33.
invaders. Shay is gone. Just boom.
Yeah.
Vanished.
16. 16 for Zaro.
Sorrow hides behind a pillar.
Okay, let's see. I wish I could use this to throw my voice, but can't. But I have thaumaturgy.
Huh?
And I was going to increase the make my voice boom. Which, like, in a room like this could have some masking effect if it's very, very loud. So I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And go, you would impede the guests of Manshoon.
The beholder pulls itself up briefly. Oh? Guests, are you? By what name are you known? Maybe my master mentioned you.
You would know me as the Night Queen.
Night Queen. Night Queen. No, it doesn't ring a bell. You sure you don't have another name? Night Queen?
Yes, if you must know, you may call me Shaira. We received...
Hold on, I'm thinking. No, that doesn't mean anything to me either. Hey, why is your voice so loud? I am a bit hungover, if you must know.
It got your attention, didn't it?
I suppose that's true.
Why?
I am Zulahu, the Beholder.
Zaro cannot help it. She laughs.
I get that reaction a lot.
If you would...
Sorry.
Is my name so strange to you, mortal creatures? Yes, it is. Yes.
I'm not sure I'm technically mortal. Sorry.
Why do you sound so much softer? Speak up now.
You really don't like this job, do you?
No! I am a servant of the great and powerful Manshoon.
Can you quit?
Unfortunately, no. I am bound in servitude to his dwarfiness.
To his
Dwarf.
what?
You'll see what I mean.
regardless,
His swishiness.
oh,
Ah.
we are invited guests. So you needn't worry yourself with what we're doing.
Very well. What shall you offer me?
Just kind of
Offer.
I like delicacies.
delicacy.
What do you bring me to sup upon?
What's a delicacy for you?
No one's really asked me that before.
Yes, what do you prefer?
I like children.
That's out.
We're fresh out of that, unfortunately. I have a bag of candied nuts.
I also like candy nuts.
Then they're all yours.
Oh, you are wise. Visitors to Manshoon. I shall take your candied nuts.
At that point, she'll just like step out into the open with a bag of candied nuts, I guess, and she'll.
Ah, I see that you have an aesthetic, and that is why you call yourself the Night Queen.
Indeed.
I am no judge of mortal appearance, but even I can tell that there is a darkness to how you style yourself, and it's really working. Eye stalks like swirl.
I appreciate your keen judgment.
One of the
gestures at
eye
the
stalks looks at the bag of candied nuts, and it starts rising up
Yeah.
with
all
like
right.
green telekinetic magic.
Zorro gestures at the statue. So are these your work?
Of course.
Is there anybody important in here?
How would I know or care? Petitioners who arrived with no children to offer and no candied nuts.
What do you
Pass! And the door just starts to grind open. And then you hear the sickening sounds of a beholder's teeth crunching on some candied nuts.
All right. Yeah. Shay will just kind of shrug, enjoy, and she'll walk through the door.
I want to come back here and check out some of these statues sometime.
Then you'd probably have to contend with our friend here.
I'll bring some candy for him.
I
Sure you'd
enjoy.
appreciate that,
I
actually.
know you won't. And the door grinds shut behind you. And it is at that point, green flames flicker into life around the chamber, slowly illuminating parts of the room. An altar here, an experimental table here, magic casting circle here, a very ornate bed, four-poster bed, there in the corner. And then a light emerges, and standing amongst it all is the magnificent, the ultimate, the encapsulation of darkness, Manshoon. So now we'll cut to the other group. So, Shadowfox stands there atop the dais in front of you. Shadows swirl around the dais, and you realize that she has brought down a field of darkness around you. Both of you can see through it, though. It's not a problem. It's just that no one else can see into it. And she says, Shay invited me to a confrontation, but here I find you in vain. Hello, lover.
Hello, precious. Did you have to kill the man before I had a chance?
It's an illusion, unfortunately. I believe Fazul Shembril was dead, but one can never take chances when one is on a holy quest. but I am most interested in that one. She points at Callista. Identify yourself. Tell me why you are here. Speak quickly. I have things to do.
Why would I do that?
Because I told you to, child.
My mother always said I wasn't very good at listening.
Huh. She pulls out her sword, which is a rapier with a bone white blade, and she says, and points it at you. And she says, "The hard way, is it?
I don't see
Roll
why
initiative,
not.
please."
Oh shit.
Does that include me?
Yes. No. Definitely. Definitely both of you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was terrible. 11.
Okay. All right. So she goes first. She dances through the shadows, appearing between the two of you. And she, she puts her hand out toward Vane and she stabs at Callista with the sword. So, Vane, you're not used to Elora casting magic, but that's exactly what she does. I need you to make a fortitude saving throw, or rather a constitution saving throw, please. I keep making that mistake. It's like I'm used to another game system that, went out of fashion a decade ago. All right.
24.
This wave of shadowy energy washes over you, leaving you kind of like reeling for a second, but you are not moved or knocked away. You take kind of a negligible amount of damage. It's it's necrotic damage in this case, and you take 20 necrotic damage. But I think you were resistant to necrotic damage, so you
I'm
only take
resistant
10.
to necrotic damage.
Yeah, but more importantly, she stabs at Callista. So let's see.
Disadvantage from the cloak.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be. Oh man, hold on. All right, that's going to be 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. So it seemed like she was stabbing for the image from the cloak, but luck must be with her, or she stabs you instead. And I have this all queued up. Here we go. She does 45 damage to you. Some of it is fire and some of it is lightning, if you are resistant to those things.
I do have a spell now for that purpose.
Okay.
So whichever one's the heavier, I will use absorb elements on it.
Okay. You reduce the damage by 3.
Okay. So it totals to
42 damage instead of 45.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. The blade itself feels hot and tingly, like it channels fire and electricity just through the steel of the blade. If you would like to make an Arcana check, either you or Vane, or both, can make this check.
$34.
22.
Okay. Both of you can tell, Callista, this is Hizikor, which is a rare, vanishingly rare metal mined in certain deep dwarven mines. If you read Dwarves Deep, it will tell you all about it in about a 1-paragraph reference to Hizikor. Vane, you know that this blade is called Neveran's Betrayal, and it is especially good at sneak attacks. Like when you have advantage or you have the situation that would prompt sneak attacks, it is especially hard hitting. You have been stabbed by this sword before, Vane, and it was a very
Yeah, it was
memorable
high. It was
experience.
high, yeah. We like
Okay.
that. We like that. Like her.
All right. She moves aside, and you're not sure exactly how, but Vane, you do have the Sentinel feat, so you could make an attack of opportunity on her if you like.
This is frustrating.
Also,
I don't
you have Warcaster, so you could cast a spell as your attack of opportunity as well.
That's actually what I want to do.
Okay, it's got to be a spell that targets one person specifically.
It is. It is a spell that is targeting Callista, though.
It's got to target the target.
It's got to target her. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, because I know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. If you're not sure and you're hesitating,
yeah, I wouldn't then.
Then Illyra tumbles out of the way.
I want them to not kill each other. Like, I want to not choose a side. I want to keep them from killing each other.
That would be appreciated.
That's the goal, and I'm not good at that.
She tumbles aside and she puts her blade up, now with some of Callista's blood on it, which burns off from the hot steel. And she says, "Let's see. Come on." All right, Callista, it's your turn.
All right. With that invitation in mind,
yeah, you
Callista
absorb
will
fire, by the way. Fire is
Yes.
So your blade starts, or well, whatever weapon you pull, starts glowing with flame.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll draw her blades and just shrug, if you insist. And so she's gonna actually open with Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
On Illyra. Let me go ahead and that. And then she will stab with her rapier.
Okay.
Here we go. That is a 28 to hit.
That is gonna hit her.
All right. So then I roll all the little independent dice. All right, so that'll be 14 from the rapier.
Okay.
4 fire from the absorb elements.
Okay.
4 psychic. And 3 force.
Cool. Diversified.
Very
Okay.
diversified.
That seems like a total of 25 damage. That's pretty good. All right. She shakes it. She shakes her head at the strike, and she's like, "Ooh, I can see why she likes you." Okay. Do you have follow-up attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
So going to follow up with the scimitar that has advantage. Wow, even with advantage, the roll was low enough. It was only a 17.
All right. She bats your scimitar away.
Okay, and then one more follow up with the rapier. That's only a 15. Bad rolls.
Yep. She just kind of eludes that one. And she says, "Is this a trap that you've lured me into? Or is it a trap I've lured you into?"
No, I
Bane.
think it's an example of you not being able to keep track of your wife.
Vane, your turn.
Okay, 2 things. The first thing is the physical moving thing, whereas I am going to put my body between the 2 of them.
Okay. This is a very Vane move.
Yeah. And then the second thing is I'm casting shield on Callista.
Okay, that's a reaction that you use for personal defense.
Yeah.
There are protective spells you could cast on Callista, though. I think
Yeah.
Vayne knows Stone Skin, for instance.
Okay, that works.
I don't know if that would be particularly effective, but you know,
No, maybe not. Yeah, no.
you could cast
I should.
Haste on Callista.
Yeah.
But if you're really trying to stop Elira from attacking Callista, you could just engage with her directly, like try and do a persuasion or an intimidation on her.
I mean, I'm gonna step it like in front of the point of her sword and just be like, this is not what we're doing. Not what we're doing.
Okay, make a persuasion check, please.
Okay. That was not great. It was a 17.
He grins at you. Her teeth, you kind of almost expect them to be fangs, but they're not. They're just like, she just has this manic predatory grin and her eyes open wide enough that you can see the whites all around the golden iris. And she says, "You have no idea what I am doing. You have no idea what I have sacrificed to get this far. You will not stop me.
Oh, come on, Foxy. You're being dramatic.
I am always dramatic. All right,
I'm
so
just saying you're trying to kill someone you don't need to kill.
okay. She is round 2. She is going to cast a spell, and Vayne, I'm gonna need well, both of you actually. I'm gonna need you to roll wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Oh no, a spell that exploits the known weakness of both Elira and her various types.
22.
Okay,
21.
22.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I got lucky. I got real lucky.
That spell does not succeed. She says, "Where is she? Don't lie to me, I'll know. Where is she?"
You being
So
Shay?
you haven't been paying attention.
Where? Let's see.
I need a proper noun, Foxy. You're looking for Shay?
That's the one. And she slips free of your hunter's mark. Now, that has never happened to Callista before, that you've encountered someone who has slipped free of this spell. But she does it. The spell is still active, though, as long as you're concentrating on it. Okay. So it's Callista's turn now. She seems to have taken a kind of defensive stance, waiting.
You know, if you lowered the weapons, we might be willing to tell you.
I think I'd prefer to kill you and take the knowledge from your corpse.
You'll have a hard time doing that.
Not particularly.
This is not getting us anywhere.
Tell me where Shay is, and I will spare you.
What do you want with her?
That is between me and her.
Is there any chance at all that the both of you will come out of this conversation alive?
Of course.
Is there
I
any chance
love
at all
her.
that the both of
And
you will
she
come out of this
loves
conversation
me.
unscathed? No one bleeding.
Neither of us. Tell me
So-
where I can find her.
So here's the deal, Foxy. I honestly don't know, but she's around here somewhere. I knew where she was this morning.
You're
know they were-
connected to her, right? She's in your head.
That's true.
Give her a message for me then. I will kill each of the ones that she loves until she comes face to face with me. It is your choice, pet.
You're
Okay,
in
we're gonna-
quite a
we're gonna-
tizzy.
We're gonna cut back to this confrontation with Manshoon.
And,
So-
and you let me know when I pop into Shay's head with like
Oh, I will.
A whole ass video recording of like right in Ilra's face when she said that.
I
Like,
will.
Like close enough to kiss her, but we're not just then.
Oh, oh, ha, ha, ha. Okay, Manshoon stands before you in his resplendent glory. You see that his robe is partly made of hair, which is strange. I don't think either of you have ever met Manshoon personally,
No.
and never in his like traditional garb. But his robe is partly made of long hair. It looks like half a dozen dwarven beards hang from his torso. And his magnificent robes of red and purple and yellow and hair. And he looks upon you and he says, with his slightly fanged smile, "Welcome, mortals. Welcome to die."
I'm not exactly mortal.
Neither am
Ah.
I.
Good. You might survive a moment longer. I am Manshoon, and I hear you have been looking for me.
Yes.
You see that one of his hands is a big golden gauntlet, which has claws. Doesn't have stones or gemstones on it, though. It's just gold gauntlet. And he does have a mask, although the mask is floating above his other hand. He's barefaced. He's actually fairly handsome, although he has the vulpine features that you might expect of a vampire. He's clearly a vampire. Yeah. Did I not mention that? I didn't mention that. And his black hair was slightly gray down through the back. If you're thinking of like the Forgotten Realms Magneto, yeah. And he's like, "Speak! Tell me what you would have of Manshoon, or is it Orbach, the Night King? I have left that name behind, but it is amusing to pretend."
You could say that. I'm here because someone, not us, but someone, is coming to kill you.
Really? You're serious?
Yes. I assume you've heard of the Shadow.
That's even funnier! Elminster Omar, chosen Amistra, has tried to kill me multiple times, and he has failed every time. Unless your friend is as powerful as one of the most powerful spellcasters in the realms, I fear no death at the hands of your threatened antagonist.
I certainly can't compare her level of power to that of the legendary Elminster. But
Legendary! Clearly, you've never met Elminster, or you would not call him legendary. He's an old, stinking old man who likes cheese and wine more than he likes battle and power. He's an affront to all things magical, but he does have a certain degree of power. You know, I killed him at least once. Reduced him to ash, and yet he continues to plague me in these wide realms that should be mine. But I got off track. What were you saying, child?
I was saying that it's the ones that believe that they can't be killed that leave themselves open to that very possibility.
Oh, I can certainly be killed. I have done it many times. Many times. Killed myself many times. Well, not me. Not this perfect body. He strokes his beards. This immaculate form. I am the greatest. The peak. The ideal. The zenith of Manshoon. Final evolution of my power and destiny.
Have you heard of a
Sorrow laughs again.
Have you heard of an assassin known as the
He looks
Shadow?
appreciative. The Shadow Fox, you say?
Yes.
I have heard tales. She was a Netherese assassin, yes?
Yes.
Unless you have been hiding under a rock, you must know that the Empire of Netheril is no more. That foppish fool, Fazul Shembril, will tell you until you are blue in the face, until he is blue in the face, until you are both suffocated from lack of oxygen, that he heroically defeated Netheril, and he claims power over Zhentil Keep for his heroism in battle. What a fool, what a buffoon. We all know that he is dead and rotting in his grave. I know not what pretender sits upon his throne, pretending to be him. But regardless, the Emperor of Netheril is no more, and I assume some lowly assassin who served the Shades is no threat to me.
You are welcome to test that presumption at your convenience, but the warning is delivered. I felt, and she'll smile, her own fanged smile, kin to kin, that you deserve some warning.
His lip raises and you see the fangs. He goes kin to kin. Child, have we met? You smell familiar to me.
No, not directly.
I know your blood. I know the blood that courses through you. Wait. And he raises his hand, and you see a goblet decorated with ruby gemstones all around its surface float out from the shadows toward him.
Where did you get that?
I brought it as a souvenir.
Oh,
Once my servant, the Shadow... What did he call himself? The Shadow Stalker. Heliel. Heliel? I can never understand drow names. It's not important. Once my servant perished in battle, all of his things were mine to reclaim. And so I have reclaimed this. The Agrol of the Night King. You recognize it, do you? He holds it and he just bites into his own arm and pours blood into the Agrol as you watch.
I thought it was destroyed. I saw the pieces.
No such luck. And he points it toward you, and you feel this pull, this primal urge in your blood pulling you toward that cup and that fabulous flamboyant man standing atop the dais.
Yeah, she'll take like a couple like kind of halting, staggering steps toward
Sorrow puts a hand on her shoulder rather firmly. Whoa! What you doing there, bad guy with the goblet thing?
Blood of my blood, kin of my kin. It seems that our connection endures.
Jay?
I know not who created you, but you are my scion, and I have some hold over you.
I was worried about this.
Jay?
Come, drink. He holds
No.
out the Agrol.
No.
Make a wisdom save, buddy.
Oh no. Oh,
Yeah.
No. I mean, my wisdom saves are not off. Oh.
Sorry,
no.
make an athletics check.
Well, so I'm gonna use lucky.
Okay.
So that gives me advantage.
Natural 20 for a 31.
Aha! Okay, bear hug. Shay.
15.
You're not going anywhere.
I got a 15.
Okay, if Sorrow had not restrained you, You would be lapping up that blood from that cup.
Oh.
Even if you poured it on the floor, you would be lapping it up.
Yeah, she's probably like struggling against
Yeah,
Sorrow's
you were
hold
kicking
right
and
now.
fighting, and Sorrow is just.
Sorrow, let me go.
No, she says to man beard guy, let her go.
Man, beards, thank you.
Let her go.
No. In fact, he looks at Ilmarin. Are you connected to her? And then Ilmarin straightens up and goes, I find myself very thirsty.
Ilmarin, cancel the spell.
I cannot. And Manshoon says, no, she cannot. In
No.
fact, is your mind weak, horned one? It is.
Shit.
And it is at that moment that Shay has this powerful image of Elora with the crazy yandere eyes, holding the sword, dripping with Callista's blood, which evaporates off the sword as you're watching, saying, I will kill everyone she knows and loves until she faces me. And that shakes you out of it. Okay, back on the dais. Elora goes, thank you, and vanishes into darkness.
Better come back to the ship and had a drink.
Charming.
I'm gonna turn around and now check on Callista now, because she was bleeding, and that's a problem.
Yeah, Callista is bleeding. Like, that was a pretty serious hit.
Need to.
I'll be fine.
Yes,
The
you
darkness,
will.
the darkness starts to unravel around you.
Perhaps.
That-
We should go.
That
Not
cloud
really,
that
yes, we should.
Elora left in place evaporates. You see the illusion of Fazul still on the dais going, I am slain. Oh, I am slain. And about 1,000 Zentarum are surrounding you with their weapons ready.
Oh,
We're going
yeah,
now.
We're leaving, and like not in like an ordinary way. We're leaving in like a teleporting kind of way.
Okay.
Dimension door kind of way.
Yeah.
Do you have the teleport spell?
I have dimension door.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a
So-
couple of different ways to teleport.
Okay, so Ilmarin has given you the basics of how they've been traveling through the tunnels to get down into Manshoon's lair. So you can follow their path, you're pretty sure. But it's kind of cut off now. All she's thinking is, oh, thirsty, 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 thirsty. Ilmarin is very thirsty for Manshoon, or the blood in Manshoon's cup. Yes, all of it.
Thirsty for Manshoon. That's not something I really thought to hear.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I think we need to go back to the ship first and actually make it to where Callista isn't bleeding, and then we try to follow them.
Okay.
I'll be fine. We need to get to them.
I don't like it.
I've
when
been
you're
stabbed
bleeding.
worse.
That rings a chord with Vane. That's something Vane would say. Vane has been stabbed worse, much worse. You were stabbed by the then god of thievery at the time, who you then followed up to his room and said,
I was
I've
about to say,
never
I'm a
been
little
stabbed
jealous I
quite
didn't
that
get
well.
stabbed just now. Like I put myself in front of the sword. Like Foxy was not having it with me today, and I'm a little perturbed at her.
She knows what you like, and she
Yeah, I
purposefully
know.
denied it to you.
No, rude.
Very top, very much
was
top energy.
Rude.
Oh.
That was really getting rude.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. I people who know that the death becomes her sound. So,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
There we go. There we go.
So
Man, I
so,
hadn't thought about that movie in a long time. Anyway, yeah.
that's a line from the musical. So Callista is gonna be able to tell, like, you know Vane just well enough now to know that this is against the angels of her better nature, but I'm gonna trust you. Manage your own body. If you pass out, you wind up dead, would be very angry with you.
You can take first person line to kick my ass.
Through the group chat, you do eventually get a very kind of awkward, like, Shay straining against some other stuff, but going, just tell her where I am.
She's already gone. Can
She
you
left.
show
She
us where you
vanished.
are?
She vanished, and I don't know where the hell you are.
She'll send an image of the situation.
Manshoon.
Manshoon with the
Stroking his beards.
So we didn't get to stab one egotistical maniac. Shall we make it up?
Let's go. Let's go stab someone.
So you have Dimension Door, yes?
Yes.
All right, you're not too far from the entrance to the dungeon, but it will take you a couple uses of Dimension Door. Or at least this particular one will get you to the entrance to the dungeon. The castle, okay, the parade did start at the entrance to the castle, like sort of, like the one remaining tower, outside of Azul's tower. He doesn't like to go very far, right? And then the entrance to the dungeon is like some 100 feet or so further into the ruined castle. So you could teleport yourself to the entrance to the dungeon, and then you can hurry through. And then it'll take you a few rounds to get there, unless you want to burn Dimension Door spells to get there faster.
I was gonna say, so Callista will probably just reach out to like take Vane's hand, and then she can throw down 2 Dimension Doors. 3 actually. So we could just zoop zoop zoop.
Watch out for the Zoobly Zoo. Zula hoop. Zula guy.
Zula hoop.
Zula hoop.
Zula hoop. Yeah, you find a beholder munching on some candied nuts. And you're like, nah, just go ahead. Oh, these are good. All right. So, in the room with Manshoon, Shay, you are free of his influence because of that image, because of seeing Ilra. You have mixed feelings. Like, there was love, and there was revulsion, and there was horror, but it broke you free of Manshoon's control. Yeah. What do you want to do?
Yeah, Shay's never seen her like that, so that's unsettling. But
oh yeah,
I think what she's gonna do is I'm going to. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
Does Sorrow know enough to realize that Shay is free and can therefore let her go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let her go.
She's going to shadow dance.
Okay.
Over to Manshoon. And attempt to, with her rapier out, she's going to try to disarm him. Basically, disarm the cup from his hand, knock it out.
Okay. Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Oh, well, I'm gonna use lucky again to get rid of the disadvantage. I do like me some lucky. That's the wrong button. Here we go. Attack roll. Okay, so it's only a 17.
Fortunately, that is sufficient to knock the cup flying, blood, spiraling out of it. Manshoon looks at you. He's like, "Mage hand, it's a cantrip, you fool." The cup, continues to float in the air. Like, he's still got it under control, but it's farther away from him now. Okay. Anything else that you're gonna do?
Let me see. I can't really do anything else at the moment. That was kind of both of my actions.
Okay.
So
It's fine. Sorrow.
Didn't we come see this guy for another reason? Like dying, murdered priests and stuff back in Westgate? Hey, beard guy, do you know anything about that?
I have no knowledge nor care about any priests in Westgate. Religion is a waste of time and of energy. The gods are simply petty pretenders with great power that can be stripped from them.
Yeah. So what the hell are we even doing here then?
I don't know. I thought you would come to pay me obeisance. Look at my majesty, he swishes.
Yeah, not impressed. Don't care. Let's go.
What do you mean
Here.
you're not impressed? Kneel before me.
No.
Sorrow, make a wisdom save, please.
Oh shit. So I was looking at my character sheet and it says disadvantage on intelligence saves, but not on wisdom saves.
Oh,
And I've been doing disadvantage on wisdom this whole time.
interesting.
So should I just keep doing disadvantage on wisdom? Do you want me to do that?
Let me just double check.
Okey-doke.
So, blinding brightness. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, disadvantage on wisdom as well. The space under saving throws isn't quite large enough. You have to click on it to bring up the whole thing. Yeah, you have disadvantage on intelligence saves and wisdom saves.
Oh.
Yep.
Derp, derp, derp. Okay. Oh boy. Disadvantage. That would be either 9 or a 9.
You kneel. This is a spell that I have specially devised. Power word kneel. Where's the power word submit? I should call it power word submit. I'll get to you. All right. Ilmarin goes.
Wow, he's insufferable.
Oh, you have no idea. Ilmarin casts a spell which Manshoon counterspells. And then he casts a spell on Ilmarin, and she also kneels.
Shit.
Leaving Shay the only one still standing.
Oh, she's gonna hate that. Kneeling to a man?
Mm,
Oh,
she's
no.
very, very upset
Oh,
about that.
no.
Shay, go ahead. You gonna attack?
I'm gonna do something. I mean, yeah, basically. So I'm going to turn and, basically look at the floating goblet, and I'm going to say, yeah, well, let's see how the goblet handles this. And I'm gonna use Sacred Flame at the goblet, if I can do that.
Yeah, of course. I guess the goblet needs to make a saving throw.
Can the goblet make a saving throw?
I mean, are these like the dishes from Disney's Beauty and the Beast, or like maybe?
I mean,
It's actually a mimic.
it is a very powerful magic item, so.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. The Sacred Flame does strike the goblet, and it starts glowing with bright light. Manshoon narrows his eyes, and he goes, "Why would you?" And then Manshoon slowly and dramatically slides aside, and you see a pale masked face behind him, where the Shadow Fox has run her rapier through his lungs, and she wrenches it free with a spray of black blood. And she looks across at Shay, and she says, "There you are." And that is all the time we have for the episode tonight. Tune in next week for this long-awaited confrontation. I have been Eric Scott V, the DM of this game. Hallie is going to go nuts for the next week or so, but, it's going to be fine. Again, I want to give a shout out to the Dungeon Scrawlers Discord, doobly-doo down there. There will be a link, or you can !Discord in the chat, and it'll give you a link. We talk about this campaign and others. We have a good meme game. We have lots of lore, all kinds of stuff. We're also partnered up with Writing About Dragons and Shit, which is B. Dave Walters, Aaron M. Evans, and Trevor Bettis, talking about the business of writing and publishing, game design, all that stuff. It's great. Come join us. Check it out. Take it away, Allie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alexander Pitchford, or Allie for short. I Okay. I could say I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've actually gotten to interact with this character in the entire course of this on-screen campaign.
Well, I'm setting the stage.
Yes, you are. We'll see how that goes. Shay is rattled because she's never seen her wife this unhinged, and it's actually kind of scaring her a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes next time. Yeah. Cora.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cora. I am a writer, game designer, and I play Callista, who is the Shadow Fox Scarred Ranger for the evening. But, you know, she's been stabbed worse, so it'll be fine, I'm sure. Kay.
I am Kyrea Tedrekin. You can call me Kay. Sorrow has decided this particular moment has made her make a decision, which we'll get to in a future episode, I think, because she never wants to kneel again. So, yeah, that's all I got. Amanda.
Yeah, I'm Amanda Cherry. Find me online at Amanda the Ginger on the X, Twitter, and TikTok. Thegingervillain.com is my website. And I'm going to spend the next week like this, because for the first time in the history of possibly ever, Vayne is going to be in the position to be trying to stop a fight. What? No, does not compute. Unlike Shay, she has seen Illyra this unhinged before. And while Shay is getting concerned, Vayne is getting turned on. So basically it's like, how about you don't kill each other, and instead we all go back to the ship and drink a little rum and play a little music and like pick a common enemy. Let's do that. But Vayne is not great at the talking part of the so that's gonna be real fun.
Shay could be on board with this plan.
Y'all should tune in.
Chromium and Chill?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Only Illyra has no chill, and we know that. So,
Yep.
yeah. It's if the boats are rocking. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying it could be a real party.
Excellent. Have we got everybody? Got
I
everybody.
think so.
All right. We'll see you next week then. Jen will be back, I think. She was at a con this weekend. That's why she was not here. But I had
We
Ilmar and
miss
tag
you.
along specifically so that she will be there at the start of the next chapter. So, see you next week. Look forward to it.